long, so give me a break. For some reason, whatever. And what's coming is so horrible. I turn it off for a minute. What I'm going to cover on this show today is so horrible, so shocking, so agitating, because I'm going to ask you, is Obama trying to spark a race war? I know it's controversial to even ask such a question, but if we had a president who was out to start a race war, he couldn't do a better job than Obama is doing. Just the other day, for example, Obama's election year pitch leaves out white males. Instead, he appeals only to, he says it will be up to each of you to make sure that the young people, African Americans, Latinos, and women who powered our victory in 2008 stand together once again, Obama said. He left out white males, and yet moronic white males voted for him, not knowing they were digging their own grave with shovels given to them by the Democrat Party. The other day, Arizona, in all of their rights, passes a very sane, very balanced immigration control law, and the left goes insane, starts to scream Nazi, racist, fascist. And instead of Obama acting like the president, which he really can't act like because he doesn't know what the job entails, instead of coming out and saying, well, I disagree with the law in Arizona, states have rights, and we're not going to intervene because we're the federal government, states have their own governments, and the people have spoken, we understand their problems. He didn't do that. He said he's going to challenge the law. He's going to send Eric Holder, who never met a terrorist he didn't like, after Arizona. And now he's sparking massive rallies on May Day, which, by the way, is a communist holiday. The Hispanic immigrants are going to riot across America on this weekend, May Day, which is a communist holiday. Can't you idiots put two and two together? When are you going to finally figure out why the radical left, whether it be the president here or the prime minister of England, why are they always in favor of illegal aliens, not in favor of the citizens themselves? Because their alliances are with the International Socialist Party of the world. Why don't you understand, finally, what I've been trying to tell you? This goes well beyond your Gardner. Is Obama trying to spark a race war? Now, you can call me on that, and you could say yes or you could say no. But what just came out moments ago on Drudge says residents in Arizona are organizing counter boycotts of Mexican food restaurants and travel to Mexican resorts and boycotting Mexican-owned companies in America. And they're going to find out where the money lies. That's right. The power in this debate is not with the rabble in the streets who are throwing rocks at police, who are threatening to kill you with hoes and axes, as you'll soon find out. The very same vermin in the left-wing media in this country who said that the Tea Parties were violent because they lied. There was no violence at Tea Parties. There was no N-word. There was no racism. It's all coming out of the immigrant rallies. They are the violent racists. The minute anyone in this country legitimately said, enough is enough, you've killed enough, you've run enough drugs, you've ruined our hospitals, you've ruined our schools, suddenly they start screaming Nazi and fascist, and every illegitimate left-wing lawyer comes out saying, we'll sue. Every illegitimate left-wing lawyer comes out, we're going to sue, sue, and sue. That's all they know. Now we're going to find out who has the power here. Do the citizens of this country have the power to say no to illegal aliens who have ruined the country, who have bought our politicians like cheap prostitutes? Ask yourself a question. How is it that you have arrived in a nation at a time when your politicians do not represent you, but they represent foreign residents, foreign citizens, non-citizens who are stealing your medical care, stealing your legal care, ruining your schools, ruining your hospitals? How is it possible that politicians cannot take your side? How is it possible they're taking the side of non-citizens? Now, if you say my rhetoric is hypercharged and over the top, let me ask you good liberals who are so dispassionate about this immigration question, a question for yourself. Don't answer me, because I know you won't call the show because I'll gobble you up like a bonbon. Answer this question yourself. How does the Mexican government treat illegal aliens from Guatemala? How do the Mexican people treat other Hispanics who come into their country illegally? How do the Mexican police treat Guatemalans and Nicaraguans? How do the Mexican people look upon other Hispanics? If you don't know the answer to that question, you're as dumb as I think you are. And you're as illiberal as you think you are liberal. You are not even fit to vote in this country if you can't answer that question. Because I know the answers to that question. And the answers are not pretty. And so, yes, this will backfire on the Hispanic mobs. Yes, this will backfire on Obama. Yes, this is exactly what America's been waiting for. Yes, the rabble in the streets this weekend will turn even the most moderate American against the Hispanic mobs. Yes, this kills immigration reform, meaning amnesty for illegals. Yes, this destroys another centerpiece of Obama's socialist revolution. Yes, this is good news. Yes, the hand of God is behind all of this. And yes, we, the American people, could not have wished for a better spokesman for this illegal mob than Al Sharpton himself. How they, the Hispanics, could have permitted this rabble-rouser, Al Sharpton, to jump in on this debate. Perhaps this man is the most hated man in American history. I do not know anybody in this country, blacks or whites or Hispanic, who have any respect for this man. And yet he jumps out as though he's suddenly of Mexican descent, and he starts screaming racism and thisism and thatism. Well, let me tell you something. They couldn't have had a worse thing happen to them than have Al Sharpton come out and speak for them in those abominable tones that he used the other day. The fact of the matter is, I am so sick and tired of pressing one for English. I do not want to press one for English in my own country. I don't want to go to a motor vehicle bureau where every language is shown and English is only one of the languages. Do you know what an outrage it is to live in San Francisco, where people can vote in 6 to 8 languages? Many of them are not even citizens. Why is it that the illegitimate politicians of San Francisco, all of whom are beholden to the illegitimate citizens because they're non-citizens, why is it that they want ballots in so many languages? After all, this is a sovereign nation, is it not? Why should the ballots not be in one language, English? And if these people are so anxious to be Americans, why must we pander to them in Arabic, in Mandarin? I can read all of the languages that the ballots are in, but you understand the picture. The reason the ballots are in so many languages is that is how the illegitimate political structure stays in power, which is by bypassing the fed-up voter. So it brings us back to the first question. Why is this all happening now? Why is this all happening now? The Arizona law was passed by the governor. Her poll numbers went through the ceiling. 70% of people in Arizona support the law in Arizona. Now, you can't call them all racist because of that 70%, what percent of them are of Hispanic descent? I don't know, a very high percent, because many people in Arizona are of Hispanic descent. They are fed up with the illegal aliens. Take a look at the pictures of the illegal aliens. And if you think I'm making it up, here is an illegal immigrant saying they will take up their shovels and axes and use them to defeat you and beat you up. Anyone ready for the Tutu Marquettes? Because here they come. Listen to clip 9.
We will not stop. We will take up our shovels and our pickaxes and we break the land and make your landscaping and clear toilets and our partners. We will use them against you. Believe that.
So they're threatening a kind of Mau Mau uprising in the United States of America using landscaping tools, shovels, and axes against the American people, and Obama says that he'll take their side. I rest my case. I cannot believe that I'm even having to ask this question. And the man behind it all is Obama, because he is empowering them. He is enabling them. He could have stopped this. He still could stop it. All Obama has to do is act like a president instead of a community activist, meaning a communist. All he has to do is say, now, wait a minute, folks, I want this cooled down. I don't agree with the Arizona law, but it's a sovereign state. They have been overrun by drug dealers. They've been overrun by illegal aliens. Ranchers have been killed. Cops are being killed. And although I don't agree with the law, I understand the people of Arizona. We're going to try to help them. But he didn't say that. Instead, he said he's going to sick his attorney general on the people of Arizona and sue them for standing up to the federal government. Yes, my friends, I have to ask this question on the Savage Nation, because it's a pregnant question. Is Obama trying to spark a race war for his own reasons? I'll be right back.